It's pretty cool volumetric nebula shader or material that actually doesn't have to use ray marching or any of the other stuff that we were working on. It uses built-in components. Um, so I got like a baseline of it working, and it looks pretty good. But I want to get a little bit more control over it, trim out anything that I'm not using, clean it up, that kind of stuff. But I do like the material. It's gonna, I think, be the basis for which I use for my volumetrics. Um, just an example of the kind of effects I'm talking about. We get light working. We have the ability to change albedo, color. But right now it's kind of finicky, so we want to kind of gain mastery over this so that we have really good control over the various colors and interactions with light. Um, I would like to eventually also get like a nearby camera fade going on. The artifacting is not as bad with this as it was with ray marching. I assume they have a more robust ray marching going on under the hood with this thing. But yeah, so that's going to be what I'm working on tonight, and I'm probably just going to sit here tinkering with it for a few hours, and that is it. We're going to get started. All right. Oh yeah, it's going to be mostly no voice, just tinkering with this thing. All right. Yep. Here we go. Actually, you know what? Now let's get started. All right. So, nope. Here we go. All right, so there's a few things here. We need to pick out like what exactly the output from this extinction is because we're using it into our extinction, but I'm also using it for some emissive color shenanigans. And we need to figure out how to build some effective masks from this so that I can independently control the shaded and lit colors and have them not rely on each other because currently I'm dividing this vector here, so we want to get rid of this. Um, and I would like to be able to control the luminosity of either the albedo or the shadows emissive. So we'll probably have two parameters for that because we're not always going to have a light in the middle of it giving it color like we have here. So I want to be able to like get a nice color variance even if I'm not spawning a light in. I guess I could stay on voice for a little bit. So yeah, let's fuck around with this. I think first, no, not like this, like this. So I think first we want to see some stuff. So let's just plug this into emissive. Okay, so this is our actually connected in here instead, and we'll plug. We'll actually just leave it. We want to see what the mask we're working with is effectively. get rid of our lights that are affecting it. I just want to see what the color output is from this image. So yeah, it's basically like a shadow adjusted density map. So if I plug this in here and this in here without the divide, alright, and now we want to fuck around with the colors a bit. So having no impact whatsoever. What? Did I hook up the wrong thing? Color, albedo gain, multiply. See, now that's a little confusing to me. Let's just put this at 0. And let's focus. So we'll focus on only the albedo. Oh, let's put this back. Put it at like this color. Okay. Save. Oh, no wonder. Okay, there we go. So now we have this albedo. And then you would control intensity with this, maybe? And then turn emissive back on. Alright, nice. Now we have our two colors. We have an emissive component. So like by baseline, we have an emissive component and an albedo component. Point 0.015. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. How does this apply? Okay, it doesn't do anything past that. So that's actually pretty useful. And we can turn this down with this value and this down with this value. This is the emissive component. This is the non-emissive component. And that gives us our two colors. Because the light is red. And it doesn't, like, we also want to avoid pure colors. Colors that, like, we want at least some component of, so, like, these are effectively, like, light composition values, is one way you can think of it. Like, how much red is in the light, how much green is in the light, how much blue is in the light. So, if you want to have things apply to it that are different colors, if you have any component at 0, then you're going to get a distorted version of it. There we go. And I mean, feasibly, you could turn this up till it's like nuclear. But I want the ability for to have emissive from the albedo portion as well. And so, hang on, let me do 0 here. Yeah, okay. 1 here. So maybe we could do like a multiply and do like a 0, a default. B. And add it. This. Oh my God. Oh, it hasn't been multiplied with the mask. Yeah, so this multiplied. And what was this again? Hang on, one more time. Okay, this is just like the total density map. So we should multiply this. Hang on. We already have a multiply right here. Multiply this into this. And then albedo EM. No. Now, why do I have albedo here? Oh, because this is it. Okay. So here it is with everything turned off. Now I want to look at the individual pieces. So we're going to turn this up and this up. One of these needs to be masked with the extinction, and the other needs to be masked with like the density minus the extinction or something. Let's try that. So this is the extinction, and this is the density. Or actually, no, no, no. Yeah, this is the density minus the extinction. Now, what does this look like? Aha. Okay, so that looks like this. And then what if instead of multiplying the density by the shadow color, I multiply this? Okay, that just broke it completely. M times this color times. It should be doing something still. They save it? Yeah, it's having zero effect now. Alright. Was doing this. What about 1 minus this? We want to find a mask that isolates the shaded and lit portions. Okay, same problem. Now we need to multiply this by worry about this later. Alright, thinking about this. All right, that is still overlapping. Aha. So that isolates the lit part. Yeah. All right, so that's controlling one of the pieces, and we want to control the other piece as well. So density minus that times density. Yeah. So that would be something like maybe. All right, so this is good. This is isolating the lit part. So then saturate. All right, yeah, this is controlling this part of the color, which is, I think, the inverse. Yeah, we just have to see how it responds to a light. Point 5.5.1. What's my rotation look like on this directional light? All right, so yeah, this is the section. Albedo is now controlling the section that the light is coming from. And EM is controlling like the base luminosity of the volume. And then those two values control how the light propagates through it. But even if you have it alone, you could do something interesting. Yeah, so now our albedo is controlling the lit portion. And our C1 here, which we'll rename, is coloring like the base. But it might be, this one might be coloring a little bit too much. So whatever our albedo mask is, we need to subtract that from our C1 mask. So let's take a look at that. Albedo is masked on this. And then our C1 is calculated here. But it actually needs to be like this, maybe? Okay, so we can really easily just see the albedo contribution here. And I'm pretty satisfied that that's doing what I wanted to. So I need like the density minus that. Maybe. Oopsie. Bring this back. Maybe this. All right, so this is correct, which means that like this is our albedo mask because that one works correct. And then this needs to basically be that, but like flipped around. So what if we multiplied it and then no, so multiply it by some amount, normalize it, then subtract it from the normalized version to mask it out. So maybe something like times, how much was that? Let's say times 10. And saturate that and subtract this from it. And then plug it in here and see what it looks like. It should be clamped though, right? Just want to build a mask for this. Okay, so that looks like that. And what does our regular? It's the same. It's almost exactly the same. There's like this little missing bit here. Why is this not working? Maybe it's just the density for this one. Like without the... Hmm. No, it's this. Uh, or at worst, what I had before, which was this. I think it's just this. That doesn't make sense though. Fuck. It's the same mask. So what is this doing? Saturate your emission output, multiply it by the volume, texture's density, and then subtract it from the volume, texture's density, and then saturate it and feed it into a final multiple. Okay, maybe. Obviously, this is way too high. Nice. We can also get negative emissive with this, so we want to actually change our material settings to allow that, because we could probably get some cool effects for that. Okay, never mind. We can't, because it's built it like we can't break this material. Alright, well, let's fuck with this a bit. Okay. No external lights except for the directional light, which we can also turn that off. I guess a light is going to be necessary to determine. this stuff. Okay, right. So albedo right now only applies to the light, and it looks like gain is just a 0 to 1. Extinction can come up to make it thicker. With like, if we hit like a 0.3, it starts getting like very thick. Albedo gain controls like how much of it actually shows, and albedo emissive is a glow multiplier on the albedo itself. But I'm not sure it makes sense. We'll see. I want to figure out how to make it just the glowy part. But this could be something like really small, like a 0.01, just to give it a little bit of luminance on its own. Albedo color can be picked pretty easily. But when we do this, we want to... Okay. And this would be like an actual clouded object. Oh yeah, that looks fucking cool. That's pretty cool. Yep, and this is successfully controlling like the unlit area brightness. And this should control the unlit area's color. Yeah, okay, I think everything's lined up here actually. So now we just need to clean up a bit and make sure we still need all of these. This is also the volume color. something like that. And then down here, we can call this the shadow, or maybe ambient. Ambient emissive. Something like that. Then we need our mask. Cleaning up, cleaning up. Something like this. Okay, there's one more thing we want to do here. We want to add a proximity camera fade like in our ray marcher. All right, so local position minus camera position divided by, I don't know, like five. We'll do a scalar. Do like 500, and then saturate multiply 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 something like that, and then save it. I mean, it does kind of feel like it's fading, but it also feels like it's. Oh, dark. Like this. Yeah, that totally makes sense that it would have done that because it was a world position. Okay. 500. No. Is it clamp? Oh, no, no, no. This is. It won't work with world position. I mean, local position. That part's got to be world. Okay. Alright, so it's at least sort of working. 5,000 is too big. Let's see. I want to get this whole thing to fade out. Okay, like it's fading the whole system when it shouldn't be. Roll position minus camera position, the length divided by. Here, here, and here. Save it. This is what it looks like in like our current configuration that we like. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really not too bad, actually. Ambient.